might be that button. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Back at 3 in a row. I think, Simon, this might be the last one for another break, because I don't think I'm going to be taking any pictures this week. And yeah, and I don't really have anything else, so this might be a run of 3, and then we'll have a break for a couple of weeks maybe, and then we will return again. But we shall see. But yes, we are back for 3rd week in a row. Remarkable how I could actually do that. But you never know, something might crop up and we'll be all right. Let's hope so anyway. So how are you, Simon, anyway? Hope you're good. Anybody else out there? I did stick the notification out quite late, so God knows who will turn up today. Oh, God. Excuse me. Now, when I streamed this afternoon, I all of a sudden had a really runny nose, so that might happen again. Good, son, good. It's great. It's great that summer's now over and the kids are way back to school and everywhere's quiet again. Fantastic. Love it. Love how quickly it's gone back to normal. Kids are getting picked up for school again. Town is quieter. The shops are quieter. So good. I'm not a moan. Honestly, I'm not moaning. Right. So what have we got this week? So we're still editing stuff from Warkworth Castle, which I shot. When did I shoot it? Early August, 11th of August. So we're still working on that. Let's just crack straight on with the editing. Hi, Peter. Barely here, distracted. What are you cutting down with a chainsaw today? I don't know, Simon, because it's cloudy. It's cloudy up here at the minute. Anyway, it was. It was fairly clear last night, but I don't know what. I woke up and there'd been like 3 amber alerts. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Yes, this is after I'd left you earlier, having got rained on, and then went and did a quick circuit of the castle. But no, I took the dog out at like 10:20 last night, and the sky was clear, but there was nothing there, even though it was like level 5. We got soaked. Yeah, I think unless it suddenly clears up, which I don't think the forecast is to do that. Supposedly clear at 2 and 3, but I don't know what the likelihood is. Let's go to Aurora. Forecast next 3 days. To see it's tailing off. It's tailing off overnight, so max KP4. Not strong. If I refresh this. What have we got? Quite. Well, that can't be right now. That's bullshit, surely. Is he, Peter? So the rumors of his demise overnight, over the weekend, were proved false, were they? That can't be right. That's -8 BZ. So if it would clear up, that is the current map thing. If I don't think you can see, that is the current map thing. So if it was to clear up, there is a potential chance, but it might tail off. But the thing is, it says, like, in the next 15 minutes, it's going to be level 2.33, which is effectively nothing. You're on your Apparently, he's still here. Damn it. To be honest, if he was going to be dead, I was going to cancel stream and drink copious amounts of wine instead, whilst streaming it in celebration. So, so it's 25 over there, is it, Catherine? What is it here? It's 18. 50. It's actually 15 now. So that was dropped off a little bit. Annoyingly. Oh well, keep us posted, Peter. If you've got him on the TV, is he hiding behind his desk? Has he got his hands covered over? That kind of thing. We need to do that in a couple of weeks. We do. Actually, Catherine, what was the date you were over? 20th. Need to find out when Downton's being shown at NIK. The final film. See if we can time it right when you're over. Right. Anyways, today's image shall be of Warkworth Castle again. Funnily enough. Oh, we've already done them ones. Do I want to see it? Of course I do. It's the final movie. It's the final of anything to do with Downton Abbey. It must be seen. I mean, like, it took us 2 years to watch the second one. Have you never watched an episode? But some of it was filmed at NIK. How can you not watch an episode, Catherine? I mean, nothing in the movie was filmed at NIK, but some of the series was. Unless it was stock, unless there was some stock footage from the outside of Brancaster Castle. Not your cup of tea. Boo. Right, what we're going to do. Loving the sacrifice, Catherine. Loving the sacrifice. No, I don't like that one. That's the one I just turned off, you freak. Okay, we'll try these. Let's do rated as filtering it. Hi to everybody else that is here this evening as well, by the way. I see we have 9 viewers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, develop. Actually, what I might do is the ones that I edited last week ended up going quite nicely. So if I select those, and then sync the settings to the others, and then color-wise, they should all transpose over there. Fantastic. Right. If I deselect that one, Come on, scroll for me. So these ones that I selected before, these will now have the same colour representations that worked so well last week. So that has effectively saved me a job. And if it's anything I like to do, is cutting corners. So just to save a bit of time, that is now that's them all fine. So we can just go straight in and edit these into Photoshop. I mean, the sky might be a bit bright. I could maybe sort of dial that back a bit. Right, so while that's doing that, we'll switch back to me because it'll swallow all the resources of the computer. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already, I think now is probably your last chance to be ordering Andrew's photo book. I think it is due to go to print very soon. That it loaded almost. We're nearly there. Okay, right, that is all 5 images done, and we'll blend these together and see what we get. A very bright sky. And let's go to multiply just to get these lined up. Actually, no, let's move this one over here. What's the bet? Some of these are out of different sizes. If they're like their zoom level of the camera has slipped as I've shot them. Right, so that is them stacked together. Let's go through the things again, the blend modes again to see what we get. I think we might actually use like a darken blend mode on top of something, maybe like soft light. See how that ends up. All experimentation, we don't know where it's going. So if I take a stamp layer of this, if it'll let me, like so, and then do a stamp layer of these ones all blended together. I can maybe take 1 or 2 of these layers out, see how it looks. See, this one's quite different. We could go for something dark. So we've got a multiply there. Add to that, see what that's like. I'm going to do another stamp layer on top of that. And we might just jump straight into a batshit edit. See if those two weren't so strong. So that difference level on this, when it's like that, doesn't really do a lot. I move that around, what's it do? If I change that difference to there. Right, I'm just doing some thinking. Where does it change depending on where it is in the layers? Let's maybe use there. This top layer could be, and that's already 78. So if that comes down to 50-ish. Okay, so on top of here we want a new layer, and we'll just bang some color into here. Paint bucket tool. We want, if we go orange to start with. See where we end up. I have no idea where this is going to end up, by the way. Do a curves layer. Right. Basically seeing what I can do here. I think I don't really need this to be as strong. You know what? I think what I might do is put it through the other thing and see how that turns out. So if I take that away from there, let's crop all this extra stuff off. I wish I had a fail-safe way of getting to the point where I turn things that inverted red kind of thing. Right, let's ram this into Analog Vex Pro. Ow. Side hurting. Let's see what this might chuck out at me. So So going down the presets, there's a lot of darkness in there. Oh. If I turn that around that way and bring this here. Balance, so it's a bit more, no, that's too much that way. So it just takes away a bit of that strength. I do quite like the darkness though. Okay. That's hard. Okay, that's not working. Excuse me. Maybe it's not as dark as that. Okay, let's apply that. Come back in, see how it goes. New layer. That's what I want. And then fill this with cancel color. No, I don't want color picker. That one. And actually go for red. Okay, we're potentially getting somewhere now. Hue sort of works. What was the other option that looked decent? Darken. If I duplicate this layer, just Control J is easier. Control J that layer, and then this one. What is it? Hue. If I increase that strength, where does that leave us? Actually, it leaves about 50. Hi, Peter. Yes, we just need the sign pointing at the sky. Just a lot of stuff there without any information to it, so that's not good. Yeah, what is probably videos? I might do a better job. Right, let's go back into analog. See what this might spit more out. So any bunny rabbits in this one then, Peter? Oh, we've got some cloudage there. Colour-wise, it's not great though. I think we'll stick with warm. That man now. He is rising. Okay, let's send that one as a layer. But also this one. And then apply. Yeah, just the singular bit, Batman. Okay, that gives it a bit more haze. Right, let's apply that and then see how these two layers combine. And see, we just get all completely lost in the edit. This is what I used to do when I had free time. I would just sit and play around, and then something would eventually form. Right, you. Please go away. Thank you. That's kind of the thing I wanted. In places, but not all of places. So I could combine that with that. Hide that and then change this to Wasn't saturation, it was... Fuck. It's all changed. Why is that going wrong? Because this was what I need to be changing. I'll go with that one. Make you aware of that. They're both the same. Must have done it twice. Okay, so why is it making two layers? Maybe it's one of the vagaries of the system. Right, we're going to delete those two. Quite fun. Okay, so if we go different if we do that to that and then dial this one back. A bit to there. Boost that a tiny bit. You know what it is? I completely forgot about the hue and saturation sliders. Something about there. That makes it blotchy as hell. But it's something. Okay, that's option one. I'm just going to do a stamp layer of that. And if I get rid of that, and how far back do I take this? Right, if I take these layers away, just to save a bit on saving space. Don't need that one. Actually, these three can go. Now we've got that version. If that one could go as well. Like hit that back down to something kind of more manageable. Right, so we'll do a second edit using all of this information, and obviously this one does not need to be there, so we can actually, if we reduce that so the sky's a bit darker. So if we just leave that in the sky, so if we mask this area out, go away please, thank you. Wrong type of mask, black mask, and then paint in, where's the paintbrush? paint in the sky so it's darker. Just do this roughly. And of course there's a line at the top there. Typical. Okay, we'll do that. If we turn that on, does it... If we reduce that actually. That can be soft light, and that is quite weak. And there we are, like that. Right, curves adjustment for these. Just drop that back a little bit, and then push the that sky that I've just that I just darkened down. Just gonna brighten it a little bit. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready to go, and then we'll go back to analog. Is everybody falling along? We've all fallen asleep, haven't we? Some people have gone, he's lost his trolley. He's off his trolley. But you all knew that already. Right, lens vignette. I mean, yeah, that is coming from the right place. If I come that there, if I bring that there, that darkens. No, that's fine. So we do want that there because it's sunny. It's gonna be another dark one. I mean, it was overcast and a bit miserable that day. So it's not exactly surprising. So can if I add that there, it says add new. That's adding it all everywhere. Oh, fuck off. Right, I can go with it. We'll do that in Viveza. We were cheery. We were. We definitely were. Right. Actually, colour-wise, that looks decent. Probably needs a bit of work in around here just to, I don't know, make sure it's not flat. Okay, so I'll go and put this in the Viveza, so that should open that up. And then in here we'll do some selective adjustments. I thought that would be better than that. And then we want another one in on here for the contrast. But also on this one we need to change the colour a little bit. Why is this never easy? Oh, wrong area. There we go, that's what we want. So we want blue and then go the other way, and that will turn it a little bit more yellow. Just a touch. Add a bit more brightness. Excuse me. Okay, if I put on a line, which one's a line? Color mask, no. This is the line. That's that bit. Oh god damn it, had to be that way, didn't it? Let's do this way then. Let's choose the wrong. Doesn't need to be like that. Why are you not doing it very well this time? Why can't I go outside of the area? Boo. What is this program? I want this area to this line to start off the image, so it's very, very subtle. God damn it. Why can't we do that anymore? Was it something that changed? Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Delete. Why can't? I can only do that in Lightroom. Boo. Hate it. Hate. Okay, fair enough. I'll have another line, and it will come in from here. It will be darker from this side, like so. It's very dark, this image, isn't it? Why is that doing the entire image? Oh, because it's doing that. Okay, we're good with that. I don't know if we are. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we delete that one. That one. We'll leave that one in there. off that brightness there. Where's me? I'm gonna move this around. Okay, let's try another control point in here. So have we got confirmation that the orange one is still with us then? Has he done his TV thing? Right, I think what I'll do, I'll put this back into Lightroom and then we'll just do some, or Photoshop and do some dodging and burning and stuff. Might be a better idea. Okay, let's apply that. Right, okay, so we have that. How do we do this again? Oh no, I need to make a new a different way. File, image, new, isn't it? Fuck. How do you do this again? Layer, new layer, and then mode is overlay. Fill in neutral color. Yeah, that's the one. And then use a. Well, actually, we'll make that one darks. I think we'll only need lights actually. And then we'll duplicate this layer. Why is there no? Honestly, Control J. And we'll call that one lights. And then in the lights, we will now paint with basically white, but it'll be very weak, like 5%. And then a smaller brush than that. And then we can zoom in and then start painting over the top of these. And it should be working. If we flick this on and off, you can see, yeah, this is dodging and burning. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this anymore. I'm old. I do things old ways. Just brightening a little bit, a few of these bits. Obviously, I'm not using a pen, so I could be doing it better, but just using a mouse. It was only really this bit I was kind of concerned about. Get some texture in there. darks. We'll flip that over and paint in black at a 5%, 6%, and we'll just go down the edge here. And the more you do it, the more it overlays. So you can add in some of the shadows, like in this corner, it'll be a bit more shadowy. We've got a window here, which we can darken off. Little window there. You can see how that's shaped that in a bit. It's not, like I say, it's not ideal because I've just done it with a mouse. It's way better if you use a stylus pen. And like I say, there's probably better ways of doing it these days than you're doing it with a mouse and doing it with those, making those layers. But I guess I'm old school, so there you go. Right, I'm going to add a little bit more light into here, so we'll go back to Viveza. And again, just add in a bit more light in here. Can we please zoom out? Thank you. So adds a little bit more light to that corner. As if it's like a passing storm. You've Googled Downton Abbey and what did you find? Well, between now and when you arrive, you've only got 6 series and 2 movies to catch up on. And a couple of Christmas specials. Okay, I think that'll probably do. Right, let's apply that. How big is this file? Getting close. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to erase all of this base file stuff. We're not going to need it again. And then all we've got this final one. Actually, we'll crop this and see where this line is here. We'll do that in Lightroom after. So I'll save this with this stack, and then I'll save that red version. Not that I like that red version, so when that's finished saving, I'll knock that off and go to that one. Yeah, I don't think this is actually going to come to anything, so to be honest, I think I might actually just not bother. I don't think it's turned out that great. Those wilder edits. I think we'll just leave it as that one. I'm happy with that one. So if we go back to Lightroom, here we are. We have our image. Let's give that 3 stars. Like so I know where it is. And all right, we've got this little mark here, which I think is a bird, but it'd be best if it wasn't a distraction. I don't want the cancel. I don't want the AI version. Just want the normal version. done. Right, okay, cropping for this one. Obviously, I need a 16:9 because it's wallpapers time. And I know I haven't yet sent out wallpapers today or yesterday, but they will be going out probably tomorrow or later tonight. By the time I get these sorted, because we got last week's image to go in as well. So you might actually get 3 wallpapers this month, sorry. Those that are members and Patreon supporters. Right, make a new virtual copy. And if we go to 2me3, let's comment on there. Go for a lot more space on the left-hand side. I mean, ideally it could have been more, but I think that's okay. That's okay. It'll do. Send it tonight. I'll try. Actually, I can probably do it in the next half an hour if I get finished on here quick enough. Right, if I go to post-crop vignetting, we pull in on there. Does that give it a bit more atmosphere? I think maybe it does, actually. Not too bad. It was quite a dark image. But it's not too shabby. If I see so myself. Yeah. See, we've got the image from the edit from a couple of weeks ago as well, Catherine. Could be one of these to go alongside it. Actually, it might be that one. That one didn't quite work out. It like sort of works as a vertical, but not really. Okay, this one. Is that wide enough? Yes, it is. Cropping over the vignette. Just maybe it's a little bit subtle. If we go back there. So we still get some height. We've got some darkness. I think I quite like that, actually. Is there enough there for a square crop? Create virtual copy, and then crop again, and then 4x5. And that's like that's the max height I can go to. So I can just go so the edge is just in frame. Or do I go over there? But it becomes a nondescript kind of place. So we have it just off the edge. Just right on the edge. So you can still sort of tell where it is. It's always a good objective. Okay, I think they kind of work. Go on Friday night. Serge's like, are you streaming? Yes. Where's Serge? Not here. Right, I'm going to export these. Oh, I haven't got the other thing plugged in. So it'll just have to be into them too. Please, computer, be faster. Thank you very much. Batch export. Not exported. Right. Oh no, we're still going. This computer's very slow. Very, very slow. Okay, there we go. So that is our image for the day. Thank you very much for being here, those that are here. I do appreciate you. Obviously, these streams are a little bit shorter these days because there's not many here. And I haven't got much work to go through, so But I do appreciate the support and everybody being here that can be here, and everybody watching on catch up later on. I am very, very thankful that we still get plenty of views on these VODs, which is always lovely. Very, very thankful to you. But yeah, this obviously this is the third stream in a row. I don't think there will be one next week because I don't think I've got much more to edit from this. So there might be another break until I actually get out and take more pictures. But now that summer's finished, there might be more opportunity to get out and take more pictures, which would be nice to do. Now that the tourists are calming down, the kids are away back to school, everywhere's quiet. The only thing is the weather's turning, and it's meant to piss down all day tomorrow. So hopefully, over the coming couple of weeks, I will actually get out and take some new images. Thank you very much, Catherine. Thank you very much for being here. Right then, anyways, everybody, I will, if I am going to be live, if you're on my Discord, I will notify you with like a day's notice if I'm going to be live. If not, I will return at some point in the future. But yeah, just keep an eye out on the channel. Chances are you might get a notification saying I've gone live, but we'll see. YouTube is a bit funny with these things. Yeah, we can't do Catherine. That's what, 3 weeks' time? Something like that. We can do something. Hopefully it won't pee down the entire time. But yeah, we can do that. We'll do something like that. Anyway. Right, everybody. Thank you again for your support. Thank you very much for everything for the last 3 weeks. Just went through August. September's now here. I hope you all have a fantastic September. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. And I will see you all soon. Till then, keep it hard. See yous. Bye.